Attention please. This upload is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. GPITRAL. Definitely a must-see. Follow us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to The Sixth Sense. My name's Colin Fry, and I'd like to invite you to join me as we try to draw the two worlds just a little bit closer together. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here with me today. Let's see where the spirit take me. OK, all right. Not quite sure whether I've got a lady or a gentleman connecting to me at the moment. I'm just getting the impression that I'm looking for a connection to somebody by the name of Susan or Suzanne. Do we have a Susan or a Suzanne here today? Are you Susan or Suzanne, my love? You're Susan. Susan Ann. That feels better. Who loved blue glass? Blue and green glass. Display cabinet. Display cabinet, blue and green glass. I've got a feeling that it's like actually two people trying to connect to me, but who have come together. All right? OK. What I can tell you, or what I feel, is that the lady passed before the gentleman.
I have actually got an ex-mother-in-law that passed before, before my father, and she loved, like, collecting knickknacks, basically.
But a lot of blue and green glass.
Like, she did have a display cabinet with glass things in.
Right,
yeah.
OK. Darling, I don't want to cause any embarrassment to your ex-family and everything, but I get the feeling from her that she'd actually said to you once very privately, you mean more to me than one of my own.
She actually did, yes.
Yeah, OK, because this is what she's showing me. Now, she's come with a fella, or she's brought a fella with her, or there's the two of them here together, and I know that they both connect you in some way. Darling, you look, with the greatest respect, you look a great shape now and everything, but your mother-in-law is actually showing me... Darling, did you lose an awful lot of weight?
I did, yes.
All right. Now, I feel from what she's actually showing me, was all happening shortly before she passed away and then shortly after she passed away.
It was actually... while she was still alive, it was like the worry and stress of things, and...
She said, you're looking like a matchstick man, And this is how she sort of, like, saw the situation at the time. Who's Else, or Elsie?
That's...
My mother.
That's your mother?
Yeah.
All right, because the fella here that she's trying to put in is saying, if I mentioned...
My husband's father passed away.
He's put it through to me as Else, and I know he means Elsie.
That's what my dad used to call me.
Right, OK, well, this is how he's put it through to me. He's got a pretty blunt way of putting things, sir, because the way he's put it through to me, and he's saying, I can't use language like that on telly, so put it in another way. I'll use a word that gives a description to what you mean. My left... I almost said it then. My left lung was bleeding rotten.
Yeah.
All right?
He had emphysema.
Yeah, but it was the left lung more than the right lung. And he's actually showing me, like, the left lung was sort of like... The way he's describing it is always like partially eaten away. Like totally rotten. More so than the right. Who could not stand watching somebody mop up gravy with bread?
My daughter does that. That's all I can say. My daughter did.
It turns their stomach to see somebody mopping up gravy with bread.
My mother always used to make the gravy, and my eldest daughter now,
always, with a Sunday lunch, dunked the bread
gravy.
in the gravy.
Well, can I just tell you, there's someone's spirit side of life, and I've got a feeling it might be your dad who... All right, OK, sir. You said, I might not have had the best table manners in the world, but this turns my stomach. All right? Mum's still with us. Elsie's still with us.
No.
No.
She's passed.
She passed away, yeah.
I've got them here talking to me about wanting to give some reassurance, or an impression of wanting to give reassurance about knowing that within the family or within your loved ones there's someone on this side of life who's got to go through 4 months of tests.
It's somebody on this side, did you say, Colin?
Yes, somewhere between the two of you, they know that they need to give you some reassurance that you don't have to worry about why this person's got to go through 4 months of tests.
We're just wondering if it's my stepson, Jeff's son, Stephen. He was in hospital for quite some time where they was doing tests, you know, with him.
OK, don't worry about these things, because more than anybody else, they seem to be aware that you're the ones that have been getting yourselves the most stressed about it. Between the two of you. All right, OK. Again, I can't really use that word, sir. All right. Have you made a bit of a muck-up of a laminate floor?
Was it not the girl's bedroom floor that you put down and found that it was like seconds, and he said, well, I'm not ripping it back up again?
Yeah. Is it like a woody
It was a wooden
effect?
laminate flooring in the girls' room.
Well, can I just actually say this fellow's actually saying to me, it's a bit of a muck-up, and then he's showing... Well, that's not the word he used, actually, but it's a bit of a muck-up, and then he's showing me, like, this laminate floor. OK? Nothing of any great importance. It's just their way of letting you know they still stay aware of current affairs. There does seem to be something here with with all of them feeling really nice seeing the pair of you smile. All right, it's been a little while since you've done that. All right, I'll leave their love with you.
Thank you.
God bless.
As soon as he mentioned Susanna, I think it was, and it was like, Susan Ann, that's my name. Oh, it's me, and I was the first one to be picked. I was really, really surprised.
Who loved blue glass?
It was actually my ex-mother-in-law who passed away, and she had a blue glass vase on a windowsill, which she actually gave to me.
You mean more to me than one of my own?
Her name was Emily, and I loved her. She was a lovely, bubbly old lady who used to come to my house once a week at least, and I'd go down to hers. She'd come to mine so that I could treat her to meat pies, which she really wasn't allowed to eat because of this diabetes diet or something. And once a week I used to go to her house and clean for her.
Your mother-in-law was actually saying, Diane, did you lose an awful lot of weight?
She was always commenting, because she was quite a big lady, and she was always commenting, and she was always trying to fill your face with fish and chips or, you know, chicken legs and things like that, just for me to put weight on. But she did always comment on my weight. Anyway, she'd be really chuffed now, because I'm at a nice right size.
My left lung was bleeding rotten.
Yeah.
Who's Else or Elsie?
My mother.
That's your mother?
Yeah. When he mentioned the name Elsie, that's when I realised it must be my dad come through by mentioning my mother's name. And he said, I'm getting this awful picture of a lung what's collapsed. So that's when it hit me, because he had emphysema, my father.
Who could not stand watching somebody mop up gravy with bread?
My eldest daughter, Dawn, she always used to ask my mother, can she dip a butter in it? And my dad used to say, that makes me, I can't stand that, like, you know, what are you doing that for, and things like that.
There's someone on this side of life who's got to go through 4 months of tests.
It was meaning about my son, Stephen, because he's been in and out of hospital having tests done, like, you know, and I think the word don't worry was... Like,
Probably meant for me and you, with all the stress that we've been under because of it.
Because we have been under a lot of stress with it, like, you know, me and Sue.
Have you made a bit of a muck-up of a laminate floor?
In our girls' bedroom, I've done a laminate floor, actually. But what it's done, it's lifted a bit.
Well, it's not only that, it was, you didn't realise until you fitted the entire floor that, with you losing your sight, basically, love, but it's got loads of, it's like seconds, isn't it? So it's got loads
like
of
chips
on it, and you wasn't going to remove it.
So I wasn't, once it was down, I wasn't going to pull it up, like, you know, and I think that's the funny side you've seen of it, like, by saying, like, look at the state of that he's done.
I'll leave their love with you.
Thank you.
God bless.
I have never actually watched the show in my life before, and I was asked to come by my brother and his girlfriend, and we did ask Jeff to come along, who was a bit of a sceptic and thinking, no, I really don't believe in things like this. But today I think he was really gobsmacked by the fact that he was being spoken to more than myself.